Welcome student. Today we are studying chapter number 1 of geometry. The name of chapter 1 is the basic concepts in geometry. Now we are solving some problems from this chapter.
Practice set 1.2. 1. The following table shows points on a number line and their coordinates. Decide whether the pair of segments given below the table are congruent or not. 1. Segment DE and segment AB. Solution. Length of DE is equal to distance of DE. Coordinate of point D is -7. Coordinate of point E is 9. 9 is greater than -7. Distance of DE is equal to 9 minus -7 in brackets. Therefore, distance of DE is equal to 9 plus 7. Therefore, length of DE is equal to 16. Length of AB is equal to distance of AB. Coordinate of point A is -3. Coordinate of point B is 5. 5 is greater than -3. Therefore, distance of AB is equal to 5 minus -3 in brackets. Therefore, distance of AB is equal to 5 plus 3. Therefore, distance of AB is equal to 8. Therefore, DE is not equal to length of AB. Answer. Segment DE and segment AB are not congruent. 2. Segment BC and segment AD. Solution. Length of BC is equal to distance of BC. Coordinate of point B is 5. Coordinate of point C is 2. 5 is greater than 2. Distance of BC is equal to 5 minus 2. Therefore, distance of BC is equal to 3. Length of AD is equal to distance of AD. Coordinate of point A is -3. Coordinate of point D is -7. -3 is greater than -7. Therefore, distance of AD is equal to -3 minus -7 in brackets. Therefore, distance of AD is equal to -3 plus 7. Therefore, distance of AD is equal to 4. Therefore, length of BC is not equal to distance of AD. Answer. Segment BC is not congruent to segment AD. 2. Point M is the midpoint of segment AB. If AB is equal to 8, then find the length of AM. Solution. Length of AB is equal to 8, which is given. Therefore, length of AM is equal to half the length of AB. Therefore, length of AM is equal to 1/2 multiplied by 8. Answer. Length of AM is equal to 4. 3. Point P is the midpoint of segment CD. If CP is equal to 2.5, find the length of CD. Solution. Length of CP is equal to 2.5, which is given. Therefore, length of CD is equal to 2 multiplied by length of CP, since P is a midpoint of segment CD. Therefore, length of CD is equal to 2 multiplied by 2.5. Answer: length of CD is equal to 5. 4. If AB is equal to 5 centimeters, BP is equal to 2 centimeters, and AP is equal to 3.4 centimeters, compare the segments. Solution: AB is equal to 5 centimeters, BP is equal to 2 centimeters, AP is equal to 3.4 centimeters is given. 5 is greater than 3.4, which is greater than 2. Therefore, AB is greater than AP, which is greater than BP. Therefore, segment AB is greater than segment AP, which is greater than segment BP. 5. Write the answers to the following questions with reference to figure 1. Write the name of the opposite ray of ray RP. Answer: ray RS or ray RT is the ray opposite to RP. 2. Write the intersection set of ray PQ and ray RP. Answer: the intersection set of ray PQ and ray RP is ray PQ. 3. Write the union set of ray PQ and ray QR. Answer: the union set of ray PQ and ray QR is ray QR. 4. State the rays of which segment QR is a subset. Answer: segment QR is a subset of ray QR and ray RQ, etc. Conditional statements and converse. Let's learn. The statements which can be written in the if-then form are called conditional statements. The part of the statement following if is called the antecedent, and the part following then is called the consequent. For example, consider the statement: the diagonals of a rhombus are perpendicular bisectors of each other. The statement can be written in the conditional form as: if the given quadrilateral is a rhombus, then its diagonals are perpendicular bisectors of each other. If the antecedent and consequent in a given conditional statement are interchanged, the resulting statement is called the converse of the given statement. If a conditional statement is true, its converse is not necessarily true. Study the following examples. Conditional statement: if a quadrilateral is a rhombus, then its diagonals are perpendicular bisectors of each other. Converse: if the diagonals of a quadrilateral are perpendicular bisectors of each other, then it is a rhombus. In the above example, the statement and its converse are true. Now, consider the following example. Conditional statement: if a number is a prime number, then it is even or odd. Converse: if a number is even or odd, then it is a prime number. In this example, the statement is true, but its converse is false. Proofs. Let's learn. We have studied many properties of angles, triangles, and quadrilaterals through activities. In this standard, we are going to look at the subject of geometry with a different point of view, which was originated by the Greek mathematician Euclid, who lived in the 3rd century before Christian era. He gathered the knowledge of geometry prevailing at his time and streamlined it. He took for granted some self-evident geometrical statements which were accepted by all and called them postulates. He showed that on the basis of the postulates, some more properties can be proved logically. Properties proved logically are called theorems. Some of Euclid's postulates are given below. 1. There are infinite lines passing through a point. 2. There is one and only one line passing through 2 points. 3. A circle of given radius can be drawn taking any point as its center. 4. All right angles are congruent with each other. 5. If two interior angles formed on one side of a transversal of two lines add up to less than 2 right angles, then the lines produced in that direction intersect each other. We have verified some of these postulates through activities. A property is supposed to be true if it can be proved logically. It is then called a theorem. The logical argument made to prove a theorem is called its proof. When we are going to prove that a conditional statement is true, its antecedent is called given part, and the consequent is called the part to be proved. There are 2 types of proofs, direct and indirect. Let us give a direct proof of the property of angles made by 2 intersecting lines. Theorem: the opposite angles formed by 2 intersecting lines are of equal measures. Given line AB and line CD intersect at point O such that A dash O dash B and C dash O dash D. To prove: 1. Angle AOC is equal to angle BOD. 2. Angle BOC is equal to angle AOD. Proof: angle AOC plus angle BOC is equal to 180 degrees. Let us mark this as statement 1. By angles in linear pair, angle BOC plus angle BOD is equal to 180 degrees. Let us mark this as statement 2 by angles in linear pair. Angle AOC plus angle BOC is equal to angle BOC plus angle BOD from statement 1 and 2. Angle AOC is equal to angle BOD, that is, by eliminating angle BOC. Similarly, it can be proved that angle BOC is equal to angle AOD. Indirect proof. This type of proof starts with an assumption that the consequence is false. Using it and the properties accepted earlier, we start arguing step by step and reach a conclusion. The conclusion is contradictory with the antecedent or a property which is already accepted. Hence, the assumption that the consequent is false goes wrong. So, it is accepted that the consequent is true. Study the following example. Statement: a prime number greater than 2 is odd. Conditional statement: if P is a prime number greater than 2, then it is odd. Given: P is a prime number greater than 2, that is, 1 and P are the only divisors of P. To prove P is an odd number. Proof: let us suppose that P is not an odd number. So, P is an even number. Therefore, a divisor of P is 2. Let us mark this as statement 1. But it is given that P is a prime number greater than 2. Given: therefore, 1 and P are the only divisors of P. Let us mark this as statement 2. Statements 1 and 2 are contradictory. Therefore, the assumption that P is not odd is false. This proves that a prime number greater than 2 is odd. Practice set 1.3. 1. Write the following statements in if-then form. 1. The opposite angles of a parallelogram are congruent. Answer: if a quadrilateral is a parallelogram, then opposite angles of that quadrilateral are congruent. 2. The diagonals of a rectangle are congruent. Answer: if quadrilateral is a rectangle, then the diagonals are congruent. 3. In an isosceles triangle, the segment joining the vertex and the midpoint of the base is perpendicular to the base. Answer: if a triangle is an isosceles triangle, then the segment joining the vertex of the triangle and midpoint of the base is perpendicular to the base. 2. Write the converses of the following statements. 1. The alternate angles formed by two parallel lines and their transversal are congruent. Answer: if alternate angles made by two lines and its transversal are congruent, then the lines are parallel. 2. If a pair of the interior angles made by a transversal of two lines are supplementary, then the lines are parallel. Answer: if two parallel lines are intersected by a transversal, the interior angles so formed are supplementary. 3. The diagonals of a rectangle are congruent. Answer: if the diagonals of a quadrilateral are congruent, then that quadrilateral is rectangle. Now students, let us solve the problem set 1. 1. Select the correct alternative from the answers of the questions given below. 1. How many midpoints does a segment have? A. Only 1. B. 2. C. 3. D. Many. Answer: A. 2. How many points are there in the intersection of two distinct lines? A. Infinite. B. 2. C. 1. D. Not a single. Answer: C. 3. How many lines are determined by three distinct points? A. 2. B. 3. C. 1 or 3. D. 6. Answer C. 5. If P dash Q dash R and distance of PQ is equal to 2, distance of PR is equal to 10, then find distance of QR. A. 12. B. 8. C. Square root of 96. D. 20. Answer B. 2. On a number line, coordinates of P, Q, R are 3, -5 and 6 respectively. State with reason whether the following statements are true or false. 3. Distance of RP plus distance of PQ is equal to distance of RQ. Solution. Distance of RP plus distance of PQ is equal to 3 plus 8. Therefore, distance of RQ is equal to 11. Answer. Distance of RP plus distance of PQ is equal to distance of RQ is a true statement. 4. Distance of PQ minus distance of PR is equal to distance of QR. Solution. Distance of PQ minus distance of PR is equal to 8 minus 3. Therefore, distance of QR is equal to 5. Answer. Distance of PQ minus distance of PR is not equal to distance of QR is a false statement. 3. Coordinates of some pairs of points are given below. Hence, find the distance between each pair. 1, 3, 6. Solution. Coordinate of the first point is 3. Coordinate of the second point is 6. 6 is greater than 3. Distance between the 2 points is equal to 6 minus 3, which is equal to 3. 2. Minus 9 minus 1. Solution. Coordinate of the first point is minus 9. Coordinate of the second point is minus 1. Minus 1 is greater than minus 9. Distance between the 2 points is equal to minus 1 minus minus 9 in brackets, which is equal to minus 1 plus 9, which is equal to 8. Distance between the 2 points is 8. 3. Minus 4, 5. Solution. Coordinate of the first point is minus 4. Coordinate of the second point is 5. 5 is greater than minus 4. Distance between the 2 points is equal to 5 minus minus 4 in brackets, which is equal to 5 plus 4, which is equal to 9. Distance between the 2 points is 9. 6 minus 25 minus 47. Solution. Coordinate of the first point is minus 25. Coordinate of the second point is minus 47. Minus 25 is greater than minus 47. Distance between the 2 points is equal to minus 25 minus minus 47 in brackets, which is equal to minus 25 plus 47, which is equal to 22. Distance between the 2 points is 22. 5. Answer the following questions. 1. If A dash B dash C and distance of AC is equal to 17, distance of BC is equal to 6.5, then distance of AB is equal to how much? Solution. Distance of AB plus distance of BC is equal to distance of AC, as A, B and C are collinear. Therefore, distance of AB plus 6.5 is equal to 17. Therefore, distance of AB is equal to 17 minus 6.5, which is equal to 10.5. Answer. Distance of AB is equal to 10.5. 2. If P dash Q dash R and distance of PQ is equal to 3.4, distance of QR is equal to 5.7, then distance of PR is equal to how much? Solution. Distance of PQ plus distance of QR is equal to distance of PR, since P, Q and R are collinear. Therefore, distance of PR is equal to 3.4 plus 5.7. Therefore, distance of PR is equal to 9.1. Answer. Distance of PR is 9.1. 7. Write the following statements in conditional form. 1. Every rhombus is a square. Answer. If a quadrilateral is a rhombus, then it is a square. 2. Angles in a linear pair are supplementary. Answer. If angles are linear pair, then they are supplementary. 3. A triangle is a figure formed by 3 segments. Answer. If a figure is a triangle, then it is formed by 3 segments. 9. Write the antecedent, that is, given part, and the consequent, that is, part to be proved, in the following statements. 1. If all sides of a triangle are congruent, then its all angles are congruent. Answer. Antecedent. All sides of a triangle are congruent. Consequent. Its all angles are congruent. 2. The diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. Answer. Consider statement in form. If a quadrilateral is a parallelogram, then its diagonals bisect each other. Antecedent. Quadrilateral is a parallelogram. Consequent. Diagonals bisect each other.